Tonight in Hope, NBC5's Blakely McHugh is visiting the Ashland Resource Center. It does a lot of work to get people struggling with homelessness into housing, to find jobs or get other basic needs met. We're also learning more about some of the barriers, misconceptions, and difficulties that people face when they're trying to get off the streets.
There's usually something that causes that homelessness, that lack of housing. People usually don't say, oh, I'm good, I'm just gonna take a pass on this.
Crystal Richard works with people who are struggling with homelessness every day. While some people choose a transient lifestyle, she says many people come across homelessness after a traumatic event.
There's usually some event and it's very emotional, and sometimes it's out of people's control, but nonetheless, they find themselves unhoused.
And to try to get back into a home can be just as hard or harder as losing your home to begin with.
For anyone who has recently applied to live somewhere, you need a good rental history, and you need a rental history and recent rental history. So that can be a barrier sometimes to finding people housing.
So for many on the streets, it can be a rough road. Add in the fact that Jackson County has a housing shortage and there's many people looking for affordable housing.
Say for example, a place that is $700 a month, it's going to have a ton of applicants on it.
But that's just one barrier. Finding a job while homeless presents many other problems.
If you have that interview, let's say on a Monday, and your only option is to take a shower in a shower trailer on Tuesday, then you're not your freshest, cleanest, brightest self when you go and interview. And maybe because you've continually been turned down, you're also now dealing with the fact that you don't have a recent job history.
So sometimes seeing that light at the end of the tunnel can be nearly impossible for someone who's struggling.
If you don't have housing, then going and getting a job is very difficult. And if you don't have a job, getting housing is very difficult. And so it's this loop.
A loop that Richard says is very hard to get out of.
You can always come back.
That's where the Ashland Resource Center comes in. They work with people who are either currently struggling with homelessness or about to get them the resources they need.
We also help people get signed up for the Oregon Health Plan. We help connect people to resources for housing, get them applied for low-income housing.
The organization can also help people get phones, birth certificates, or connected to recovery programs. And they do preventative work. They can get people the funds they need in order to help pay for utilities or rent for the month.
We try very hard at the Ashland Community Resource Center to lift people out of homelessness, but we also try really hard to keep them from falling into that in the first place.
In Ashland, Blakely McHugh, NBC5 News.
The Ashland Resource Center can help those in the Talent and Ashland area that are close to homelessness stay in their homes, but the center can also connect anyone in the area to resources that they need.